birds chirping in the background. It's not bad. I'm gonna do that. Live chat, that's what we want. And yeah, sure, I'll turn off Optifine for this one. Oh boy. Okay, so if it wasn't already obvious, hi everyone. Welcome to another video. It is extremely early for me in the morning, so I'm going to try to talk somewhat loud but quiet enough so you can hear me, which this should be working okay. And if the name of the stream hasn't already revealed enough, I'm gonna just play a little bit of Minecraft, do a little bit of Redstone for you guys, because I did do a video over here. So, if I can show it, that would probably work better. Not that one. This one here, little Minecraft Redstone door switch. Although I think I've got a better name now. I think I'm just calling it the what I name it. Anyway, I've got a name now, sorta. And I'll show you. And I said that I'd show you how to make it either in video or stream. And streams are better because they're easier to do. No editing needed. Only bad thing is that they're long, so I'll do my best to make it small and shortened. If you hear me cough, I'm just sick with a cold. Pay it no mind. I'll try not to. And also, while I'm here in this Redstone world, I'll also show you a few of my other builds and stuff like that, and I'll give some other details and other things. Anyway, so this is my Redstone world. It's been a while since you guys have actually seen it, because the last time you saw it was like when I did this video, when I recorded for this lovely piece of art, which I looked on YouTube like a few minutes ago. It still works. It still is like, you know, the first of its kind, really. The only other one is probably from when I made this video. I said that another guy's made one, but it's different compared to this one because he uses a different way to switch it, and or probably uses a different. Oh yeah, no, he does. Yeah, that's right. He does use it, and he also uses he probably uses observers. But since I've made this video, since I've made that video, and also since I've gotten used to playing Minecraft Java again. I've learned that there are tons of other ways, but this way still works absolute legend. And I have tried to make like a really compact version, still trying, and like this uses the switch that the guy's done, so credit to him for that. I think it might be a slightly modified or a slightly different type. Anyway, basically all it does is it just makes the switch a lot faster. But hey, if it is by any chance the guy's design, whoever, I can't remember his name now. Like I searched water elevator and I couldn't even find his video. So he may have taken it down. He may have replaced it with another one. It may just not come up at all for some odd reason. But either way, if he is the person and he is watching this video, shout out to you, mate. You know, this works really well. If not, cool. I guess I've made a new Switch. But yeah, so I tried to make my own version. I tried to make like a really compact version so you could go from so the floors weren't like that many blocks apart from each other. They were a cool four blocks apart. And I am not going to say how complicated it is because I'll put it this way. I started this build like at 8 o'clock at night. I ended up going to bed with it unfinished at like 3 a.m. in the morning. I was just really annoyed. I was so tired, so I kind of just left it. I also want to do a little update from this version. I said that this works in the most recent update, which was a while ago. So I want to confirm this works in the 1.19 version because water physics haven't changed, and this one also works in the 1.19 update. So if I want to go to the second floor, still works. If I want to go to the bottom floor, still works. And if I want to go to the top floor, still works. And if I want to go to the second floor, still works. And yeah, you get the gist. It still works. But that's a multiple floor, and you can also just add more floors onto it, but then you got to add more redstone and crap. That's why I wanted to try and make that one over there, because that one you can kind of just add a floor, 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 add a floor. You can just add more. This one is kind of a limit to 3 floors unless you want to break your game, unless you want to break redstone. I'll figure out a way to make it so it's more user friendly. Although I've also been trying to make that version with that version, which is really annoying because since water needs to be full source blocks in order to actually work like this. I mean, don't get me wrong, this switch, oh, so beautiful. It's so satisfying to see it all change when you see it go like that. It's like, oh, beautiful. But yeah, the annoying bit is trying to put it on the other floor because A, you have to have the pistons there in order to suck you down to said floor. B, you also have to set once the blocks have done their job and you've gone out and you're in the second floor, you're chilling, you're doing whatever you're doing. These blocks now of water are gone, so you have to find a way to replace them. Now you can either do that one of probably 2 to 3 ways. Replace it yourself, which sucks. It means you need to have 4 buckets of water on you constantly. Oh well, two buckets. 2, you could do it using natural circumstances. Like for this stuff, the way I did it is because it's only one block is actually being used for the elevator, you can just make, a 2x2 water source. That way it's an infinite source and it constantly keeps refilling it no matter what gets in the way. But if you do that on here, I don't think it would work. I mean, it might, but there's a low chance. I'd have to find a way to make it work, and then also you got to fit the pistons on the same level of water. It's either that or you use dispensers and water buckets, which is annoying. So at the moment it's unfinished, but I'll do my best to finish it. And then yeah. So anyway, let's get on with this build here. So I believe what I've called this is pathway switch. Okay. So, I mean, still a kind of meh name, but you know what? It's fine. It'll work. Anyway, pushes button, pistons go down, dispenser pushes, takes water away, and these force the water, to get out of the way, so that you can walk through without swimming. And then button does vice versa. Same thing. And then once it's done its job, it goes away, replaces the water as if nothing ever happened. So I don't think I'll build this one again because this one took a while to build. I might, just be prepared for it to take a while. Okay, so down we go. So I'll just show you what it does. Like I'll just walk you through it, and then I don't know. I can build it if you want. Anyway, so you push the button. Redstone travels down here. It travels down here to these comparators, which is like your timer. You can extend it or shorten it to however fast you want. You can make it so 3 people can walk through. You can make it so 1 person. You can make it so half a person can walk through if they sprint. You get the gist. Anyway, these activate, turn off this redstone, which turns off this whole switch. Now, I do want to point out before someone shouts out that's someone else's design. Yes, it is. It is someone else's design. I cannot remember the person who made this, but check out their video because they also made this a 3x3 piston door. Easy. I'm pretty sure Mumbo Jumbo did this actually. But yeah, so this is extremely smart way, very fast, and I don't think I've ever seen another one done like this because what he does differently is I'm trying to do another build, which is this one, which is a failed attempt at the moment, but it's also unfinished. This one is just a, piston to, double piston extender, which, I'd love for that amount of redstone to be over there. But hey, it needs a second block, because otherwise it's going to look ugly. Now I could use another piston and do this and do that, but you know what? Why add another piston when this system works? So huge shout out to pretty sure it's Mumbo Jumbo, yeah. Huge shout out to Mumbo for doing this. Go check out his channel, guys. Like if you're watching me for Redstone advice, I can give it, but only so much. If you want the Redstone like master and stuff like that, Mumbo Jumbo makes things easy, simple, and look how compact this design is. It's only 2 blocks wide. It's absolutely amazing, and he's made so many redstone stuff. Like I'm pretty sure he's made an updated version of this. If not, he's made like a bigger version and like kept it the same amount of like width and stuff. Don't pay this no mind. That's my poor attempt. That's a very poor attempt. Very very poor. Anyway, so go check out his videos, guys. He makes great stuff. I've actually seen quite a few to help me out in some of my builds, but I haven't taken any redstone stuff off of him. The only thing that I've taken off of him today is this, and that's because it works. Anyway, so you've seen what it does over there. I won't explain what it does over here. I mean, yeah, it takes away these 2 blocks right here, this one and this one, those 2 there, and pretty much just stores them on the floor. That way you walk on them pretty much. And then so from there, when this piston here activates, or like when it moves, you see how that's a piston, and you know how pistons move. This observer catches that it moves. See, he's got his eye, his very close eye on it. Sets off this redstone, which will then activate this one because he's got a very close eye on this redstone. And if anything happens to this redstone, he knows. He will know. Anyway, which will activate this redstone, which will activate this block, and then this block activates this redstone, which activates this, and then that goes through this block because if you put plain redstone and you direct it at a block, it'll power the block, but it won't power the redstone next to it. If you just have redstone, you need a repeater to then get the signal. It's too weak for redstone to pick up. The only other way to make it this way is you put that instead. You put a repeater through, that way a redstone can pick it up on the other side. But yeah, so the observer does this. You don't want to add any more. You don't want to make it any more complicated because this all works under one tick, which is this observer's tick. Well, technically this one. So this one fires, activates the redstone. This one fires, activates the block, which activates the redstone, which activates this, and from that it activates this redstone, this piston, then travels up here, activates this piston and this dispenser underneath here. So if I just quickly showed you, there's dispenser there with an empty bucket because it doesn't have any water in it because it doesn't need to collect it. And yeah, so that's pretty much the entire gist of it. I didn't make a lot of this. I mean, if I would say it's done in two like main parts, which is the mumbo jumbo part and then my extension bit, which works. It works really well. So if I were to show, there we go, does this, and yeah, see how fast it is, and then just wait. There you go. Super fast. It all works under one tick, which is great. and you want it to, that way it all works it all works like real fast. Oh, I also forgot. There's a piston under here, which also activates under the 1 tick rule. And basically, what it does is it grabs this block here and forces it down. That way, you can walk. So without that, you wouldn't be able to walk. So yeah, wait, I'll show. This is see. Look, if you do that, if I could see, that would be great. Okay, you can't see, but you notice that there's a block there now. That is this piston down there. That's that one down there. So I don't think I need to show you anymore, but I don't know if you want a video out of it. So what I might do is in future, I'll make a little vid without all of this crap in the way. I'll just have the raw redstone going. That way you guys can see how it's working properly. And I can actually see if I can make a better version that doesn't use part of Mumbo Jumbo's build. Because even though Mumbo Jumbo's an awesome redstone builder, I don't want to use his stuff because I don't want to get copyright claim for it. I don't want someone in the chat going, "Hey, that's Mumbo Jumbo's build." And I don't want to have to go through the whole chat like, "I know it's his build, I'm just using it. I'm not taking credit for any of it." I don't want to do that because I don't want to have that conversation because I've already said it. Like I'm saying right now, this is not fully this this is not 100% my build. I'm happy for Mumbo Jumbo to take partial credit if he wants to, although I don't think he really cares because he's probably made a ridiculous version of this. Probably. All I'm saying is that in order to do this, I used a little bit of that. And it works, and it's great, and I love it. So, only other way I can see fit to use this is some sort of double piston extending thing that instead of taking them into the floor, it like pushes them back and out of the way, and something like that. I don't know. I'll figure it out. Time set D. There we go. Okay. So that being said, that is that build there. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. And yeah, so I tried to make it so that under the same tick as well, it also makes a doorway for you to go through and walk past. I haven't done that yet because I tried and it's really annoying me because like the amount of space I've given myself, and B, I just lost interest after I tried it like 20 times. So I'll come back to it. I'll come back to finish the door, and I'll make a proper vid surrounded by this, and I'll make it faster than 20 minutes. I don't know why I made it 20. I really don't. I apologize if you guys watch that. And I also apologize if you guys got super bored. But yeah, I did try to this stuff, it does still fully work in 1.19, but in 1.18, when before 19 came out, me and this other guy that I met on a server, me and him went through our worlds and tried to make a pre 1.19 version to see if we could do it, and he did it. But the way he did it, I don't think it would work now because these little bad boys, they've probably changed a few features before they did the full release. So I don't know, but that's what a friend told me. So whether he's right or not, I'm just basing it off him. So if you say I'm wrong, he's wrong, and in which case his fault. But yeah, so and also the way he did it, he used a lot of other redstone, which isn't as simple as this. Like, because this is extremely simple, and this works. It works well, simple, and you don't need to change a lot. And if you want to add more stuff, you can. Just be wary because you're gonna have to add more redstone, and it may come in contact with this other redstone, which you want to keep out of the way of each other, well away from each other. You can have it compact. Don't get me wrong, but oh man, compact is not a fun way to do things. Well, unless you know your stuff, like Mumbo Jumbo or something like that. But yeah, so he's done his thing. and he's found a way to make it useful, and congrats to him. But oh my goodness, I was taking a look at it, and just just making it so that the sensor could detect it, and then it does the switch, and that, just so it can do that, and then when and then like once you're all the way up to the top, it disappears as if there was nothing there, and like, you know, no one can follow you up. What he basically did is, instead of putting these two together, he added this block in the middle of it, so that once you fired one, after a certain amount of time, that appeared instead, so no one could follow you, and then vice versa. So he also made it like, because he added a third block, he needed a switch. He needed a way to switch out 3 blocks. Now, in my experience, which is not a lot, there's only been really one way to switch blocks, and it doesn't work anymore. So I'm trying to find another way, and I'll probably search up Mumbo today or something, see if I can find a 3 block switch, because I know that I've made stuff in the past that works really well for it, and I want to try and make that stuff again. But yeah, I'm sure I'll find one today. But yeah, so yeah, so because he had a three block switch, it was way more complicated than it needed to be. Plus, he also had the skulk sensor, and he used mine carts and train tracks and stuff like that. And I'm here thinking, this works quite well, I might add. All the only difference is that you might need to walk on a pressure plate, or you might need to manually push this button. But hey, we invent things to make stuff easier, don't we? Anyway, while I'm here, I'll also show off these other builds that I've been making, including the unfinished ones. So you will see that one, which is a monstrosity, and it's really annoying because you can't, because like it 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 fails, and like it traps you almost. So it's not the best thing ever. This is one of my attempts at doing a villager sort of like breeding farm, which actually works quite well. It's a combination between 2 different types. So this I got off of another guy, and congrats to him because this still works. If you search up easy villager breeder, this will probably come up. And to put it simply, I'm not taking credit for this guy, because this guy, like, the credit he has probably sells itself. All you do basically is you do this so that the villagers have somewhere to go, or the baby villagers, I should say. Put a fence in the middle so only baby villagers can get through. Put 4 beds around, put some trapdoors on top, and then place some villagers right in the middle so they can't go anywhere and they can't sleep either. And then when you give them carrots, you give them enough carrots, they'll breed. Baby will fall down here, they'll grow, and then you got to capture them in a minecart, which I still haven't figured out. So leave me alone for that one. And this part here is off another video. This is also off of over here. So basically, what this is you put in, X amount of items, and then it just pushes them out. And basically, instead of putting them in these chests, what I did, they probably go in here. Speaking of which, I need that. And basically, what I did is instead of they go into hoppers and chests and everything like that, I basically said, yeah, let's not do that, and let's make this instead for carrots. So carrots go from the chest down to here, down to hoppers, and then the comparators recognize this and then just force it out of these droppers, and they give it to the villagers. That way it's somewhat automatic. That way, if you have a carrot farm and you just like want to constantly keep feeding them tons of food, you have a carrot farm here, and then after so many times you push a button, water tracks all the carrots down into one hole, hoppers into this chest, and they all go into here, and there you go. There's your villager farm. Then if you want to turn it off, well then you can either turn it off using a redstone type turn off, or you just break the hopper there. There you go, turned off. There's always a simple solution. Only if you do it the hopper way, it kind of turns off until you put it back there. So if you forget, well then, meh. Um, I also want to point out that at the moment, this build here, you may recognize this because a guy has done this build, and I owe a lot of my stuff to him because well, in the past now, he did the three by three sand door, which, oh my god, I love it so much. But at the moment, it doesn't work. Like, the most recent update has probably changed sand physics or something like that, because like you push this up, works fine, beautiful, just as I remember. But we do this, and it still works, except, oh no. So yeah, that is most likely why I will not use this anymore. But I hate it because this is absolutely amazing, and a lot of my builds have it. So I'm like, ugh. So, um, on the extremely rare chance that the guy who made this is actually watching, do try to make a 1.19 version, because I do not know how you managed to make this work. I'm not that smart in doing this. I mean, this is probably simple for you, but still, um, please do, because I love your builds, man, and this stuff works. This thing works, man, like you wouldn't believe. But yeah, a lot of people don't actually do this, which I find surprising, because like it's just fun. You know, if you're in a creative world and you want stuff to happen during daytime and nighttime, you know, just randomly. There you go. And same thing, like if you just want to add a certain, if you just want to add like, you know, this color or this color, but only at certain times, you know, switch, boom, then same thing, except you don't put the piston down there, you put it up here. Yeah, so I don't know if people have done this. Congrats to them. I don't think it's worth making a video out of though, because I mean, look how simple it is. You could literally put this right next to it, and it would work. You could put this on the block. You could put this on a block, and then the block is behind the piston, and that would work. So it's not worth making a video out of. And same thing here. Like, I mean, if you wanted to make a video out of this, you'd at least put some fireworks in it, some of that, so that when it turns daytime or nighttime, it just shoots out some fireworks and stuff like that. So yeah, but these don't need a full video because they're dead simple, and like noobs can do them. This is a failed attempt. It's unfinished, but I just say it's failed at the moment, because I got rid of quite a big piston part that I probably shouldn't have. Basically, what this is, if you can't take a random guess, is push this button. It takes away all these blocks and replaces it with a staircase. And then once timer times out, builds itself back as if nothing was ever there. It would be great for me to finish this, but the redstone behind it already is pretty big, and I don't want to make redstone too big. That's one thing that like I see a lot of YouTubers make. They make redstone absolutely tiny, and they make it so small. And congrats to all those people, but oh my goodness, the amount of brain power that they must have to deal with. It's incredible. But yeah, so I will finish this though. I will finish it. I'll show you those in a minute. I don't know if someone else has made this, but just in case someone hasn't, floor jumper. I haven't named. I couldn't decide on a name, because it's either I call it floor go uppy and go downy, or slime block drop. You know, they're all just stupid names. So I thought, you know, let's just go with a half. Let's just go halfway. Floor jumper, that'll do. Basically, what happens is you push the pressure plate. It sets off a little timer that does it exactly precise, so that the minute you stamp on it, it goes pushes you up through the scaffolding onto snow blocks, so you don't fall back through them. And then if you're like, oh no, I forgot my dog down there, you push this button, it reactivates down there, boom, you're done. But yeah, to see it in full effect, just run up here, boing. Oh no, I forgot my dog. Let's go back down there. Easy. And the redstone down here is super simple. You know, I'm pretty sure how it works. Is there you go, a little piston there, which then does this, puts it through here. Redstone torch turns off, which will turn off which will turn off this one first, and then this one second. But once all the redstone's done, this will turn on first, this will turn on second. That way it just starts. It just, you know, super nice, super fluent. It works very well. Like if I were to just demonstrate now, see how fast that is? That's real. It's ridiculous. It's stupid. Okay, on on with these ones. These ones are actually pretty good. I made one of these in my PlayStation world ages ago. But what it used to be is it used to be this, except like a million times bigger because for some reason I had to overmake everything. Don't ask me why. I know, like when I was younger, I normally would overthink a lot, but I'd arrive at the same result. So I've done myself down, or I've honed my skills and made everything simpler. So basically, what this is a, I don't know if anyone else has made this, but if they have, congrats. If someone else has made this and they haven't put a video on it yet, or they have and I just haven't seen it, okay. If you've made a video of this, congrats to you, and to everyone watching this video. I'm not trying to take credit for them because I haven't seen their video yet. And if you have, and you're saying that this guy's taking credit for it, I am not. Congrats to them. Go watch their video. Forget you saw this. If they haven't posted anything on social media about their creation yet, though, it's kind of all for the taking. I can say that I made this first unless said person comes out with a video saying they made it first on this date and they show proof, like I did when I talked about the water elevator. So that's the only way that I figure you can prove that you invented something first without having to go through all the copyright stuff, and if you need to really go to court, but you don't need to. It's not needed. You just say, I made this first in 2014, blah 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 blah. You push it out, you show an image of you making this, and you're like, hey guys, I made this first. Take credit. I'm taking credit. Okay? And make sure it's like proper proof too. Don't make it look like, if you're watching this now and you're saying, "Hey, I made this first." I'd like to see some proof. That way, if it is true, I can say, "You know what, guys? This is not mine. This is someone else's build. Go watch theirs. They're probably gonna make a video or stream or release it on some sort of social media platform in some time, and I'll show you how it's done. Go watch him. Forget about this one. This is not my build." That's what I'd say if he provided usable proof. But if he gave me, some janky piece of proof that's like, my creation with his skin put on it and his name plastered over it, it's like, bro, why? And then I just go, hey guys, don't listen to this guy. So, you know, you get the idea. Basically saying, I'm taking credit for this unless someone else can. And please do show proof. Give me some evidence that it is your build. That way, I'm not just giving you a build, because I want to show people what I can do. Because at the moment, I can't do much. Anyway, this is a wireless portal. Wireless portal. I say semi-auto because I'll show you in a second. It uses sculk sensor, so it is 1.19 worthy. And that one is like, I'll show you that in a sec. So basically, these are the blocks that are used. I'll give you a quick little second to take that in. White wool is so that it closes off the sound, so like it can't hear this. The sculk sensor can't hear any of this, none of this. Like it patterns down the sound. That's what's really good about wool. But you can make it so that, like, either you put a hole like that, or you put a block directly on it, and it'll still detect it, but it's hidden, so to speak. Anyway, so what basically happens is the skull sensor detects you, activates redstone goes through here, done, and then this one has flint steel in it, and then when you push this button after entering through, Excuse me. After entering through and you want to close it off, push this button. This does observer. Observer goes to here. Water bucket. And because it's an observer, it'll do 2 ticks because it sees the redstone change twice because it'll be activated for 1 second and then deactivated the next second. But since these work in like half a second each or like 0.2 of a second, it'll take away the water as well. So it's really good. Anyway, so demonstration time. So you walk through, detects, activates portal. Done and simple. It is actually so smart, and it also does it on time. So the minute you step on like this block, the skulk has activated the portal, and then all you do is this, and then it takes it away. Simple as. And it all works under the one. It all works, and it doesn't like break the portal and you walk past and it pops back. It's not useless basically. So you do this, done. Simple as, and it works quite well if I do say so myself. Very smoothly. And to turn it off, push this button. There you go. And because there's water there, it can't reactivate it. Although if you do have bats in your house, it might activate it from time to time. And I also made it easy so you can refill stuff and replace things if you need to. And you know what? If you can't for some reason access those, there is something called a pickaxe, and you go bang. Wow. So, there's other ways, but that is probably the easiest way, so you don't have to break your walls. Anyway, so that's using skulk sensors, which is, useful for 1.19 users if they want to use redstone for that, and I'll come up with more redstone ways anyway. Anyway, this is a wireless portal too. This is a fully auto one. You don't have to touch it once you've built it. It uses a daylight sensor instead, and it is 1.19 worthy. Probably other updates as well. So if you don't want to be in the 1.19 update, it would probably work in the 1.18 as well. Don't quote me on that. I mean, build it if you want to find out, but don't quote me on that. But yeah, so I mean, sun's going down now, and it literally just activated. So to put it simply, sun goes down, portal activates, and then when the sun goes up, said portal will break because water. But if I were to show you, that's what would happen. Set it to midnight, takes away the water, boom, there you go. Easy, very nice. But yeah, the only downfall is that once it's daytime, this is what it's going to be like for the rest of the day. And you can obviously change this to a daylight sensor. That way it's like, during the daytime it's on and at night it's off. But I figure it's better to have it as a nighttime switch because, who wants to sleep in Minecraft, really? So you turn it on during the night, you go for your nether adventures, you come back, it's daytime. Oh. Just make sure to come back before the sun sets, before the moon sets or the sun rises, because then the portal will be off and you won't be able to get back. So do try to, don't take too long in there. Anyway, so these are that. That's the unfinished one. I'll show you this one now. I mean, it's a monstrosity and probably doesn't work anymore. But let's see. Yeah, this is one of the downfalls of doing one of these doors. Like, I was going to make a video, if you didn't see, when I made that one. I built something else underneath it. The only downside to having it, though, is like this. I mean, it works. And, yeah. There's not even a thing in there. So, yeah. You can see what I mean, right? You can see what I mean. Like, this thing doesn't like working. Oh, shit. Oh. Now, why did that have to go and do that? Well, at least it I got rid of comparators too. Okay, this is gonna be fun to rebuild. You know what? I'm just gonna show you guys. Like, you get the gist of what it does. It opens up this. You go through it. You can either go to the second floor or the top floor. If you go to the top, if you go to the second floor, I don't know why I did this. Like, really, I don't. Like, you could have the water just be taken away, and then instead it just goes whoa, and you sink slowly until until you bob for a little bit. But like, yeah, this one would normally be used up here. But like I said, I was tired. Like, I was very tired. I don't think I was even doing anything at the time. I think I was just making a monstrosity. That's what I think I was doing. Okay. Um. Uh. Um. Oh wait, no. Okay. Oh, for Pete's sake. Oh my god. I'm gonna have a virtual heart attack. Well, good news is that works. What if I do it that way? I didn't just make that really simple, did I? Why was this block here? Seriously, why the hell is it there? Like, there's no way I made that simple. Did I just do that? Did I just impart wisdom? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. Because this thing needs to... Yeah. And also, this button needs to... This needs to do stuff. That's pretty smart what I did there. I realized what I just did. But yeah, this does nothing. um, 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 hmm. How did this work? I'm trying to actually figure it out now. Like, another way? Well, that's always great to see. At least they're working. I love how like clean it works too. Like, you probably don't really care, but look how clean that is. It's just beautiful. It's just beautiful. Now I've got to figure out a way to make this thing stop. Pretty sure you can make it stop if you do like this or something. No, that wouldn't work. Oh my goodness. What if I do that? But then if I run a switch through it, yeah. Oh boy. What if I do that? That also does it. Okay. Okay, maybe I'll do that then. You've got to be kidding me. Oh, for crying out loud. Ah, bro. Why is this annoying me? Um, 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 oh. Yes, I got it. Okay, let's see. Oh, so it's automatically. Ah, I am so smart. What the hell? Okay, wait. Get. Oh, oh, oh no. What the hell? And this is why I no longer do this. Because it just punched out the water. Oh my god. Okay, well, it's good to see that this works again. I'll finish this later. God, that's just a monstrosity at the moment. It's just crazy. While I'm here, I might as well talk about these other builds that these other people have done. Unless you guys have already watched them, in which case, feel free to feel free to click away. I guess, like no need for you to stay because I'm not going to talk about my builds because I don't really have any ideas at the moment. So for Mumbo Jumbo's build, if you want expert advice and an actual tutorial, go to him. But if you want the short version or my version, stay put. Basically, you can't use a button for this. Not really. Like you can in the only way though is really the way that I've done it. Like you put it through a longer circuit that way and you put redstone torch that way. It's on, so you know on would be closed, and then when you push the button, it opens for a certain amount of time and then it shuts again. You can't put a button here and watch it work because it's deactivated at the moment. It you push a button and it'll activate for about 3 seconds, and then it'll deactivate. So that works better. Anyway, so I'll walk you through what's going on here on the bottom. The top is pretty simple. I'll talk about that in like 5 seconds. So when you push this button, you activate this block and this redstone. The redstone would activate probably this block here and that one, which also activates that and activates this up here and that one there, because that one there. I can't explain this too well, so I would recommend going to Mumbo Jumbos. But if you still want my help, well then you're gonna get it. This block is activates this repeater, which activates this block, which activates this piston and this piston basically just closes off the redstone and cuts it off at a certain point. And when you cut off the redstone, this redstone goes into this block instead, which then would power this boy. I mean, either way, that actually works. And I think the only thing that's different is that when it cuts off this, it stops it stops this redstone from activating this, which would stop this piston activating if it were here. You get the idea, I hope. And then from there, to activate this part, a redstone comparator and a hopper clock is made here, which would go into the block or the dropper. The dropper here would activate the redstone, which activates the rail in some fashion. And the hopper clock activates this piston here, as well as this redstone, I think. And yeah, so I can't explain it too well, but in simple terms, that happens. And if you just want to see it work and just try to figure it out for yourself, I'll take a really slow look around and you can just build it. So go into here. Make sure you get the ticks of these as well, the repeaters. Oh yeah, for this, the hopper clock is aiming down because it's aiming into the dropper, because the dropper fires it into the hopper clock and the hopper clock fires it straight back in. That's literally how it's done. And there you go. So if you need to take another look at that, just go back in the stream. When I say this is a poor attempt, I mean poor. I mean it works. Not well. I never said how well. But yeah, it's just my very, very poor attempt. What was I going to say? Yeah, up here. So the way to finish the top is you place a redstone torch up here, and then you just do 3 pistons, 1 piston, 3 pistons down, and you do this redstone, how it's done, right here, and then there you go, it's done. Add your blocks of choice that are movable blocks, and it's not like that or obsidian or bedrock or any kind of redstone block like dispensers and stuff, because I think they only work when they're not being fired, or like when they're not being activated. If not, then they don't work at all. In which case, don't use them. So yeah, just use, like, if you want it for looks, use, like, I don't know, metal, concrete, something like that. I'm sure you guys will figure it out. This build is, I can't remember the name of the guy. I mean, Mumbo Jumbo's probably done one that's, if not similar, if not better. Basically, what I mean, the redstone's super simple behind this, and it's just literally you can just add on more and more and more and more and more constantly, because like you could just extend this for like a million blocks, and you'd be perfectly fine. You'd be within your rights too, and you'd have no issues with it probably. After I finish this, I'm probably gonna head off back to bed. Jeez. Anyway, so what happens is your items go into here. They travel down into this little doohickey, go into this dropper, and fire out the side at a stable rate, and you don't just like drop down 3 stacks of crap. And so basically, what I've done here is it's called a hopper filter, I think, or no, an item filter. And you filter out, and this only works for stackable items, by the way. It will give you a certain amount of items, like a certain amount, 19. I'm pretty sure they made it 45 at one, yeah, 45 or 41. So if you want to store diamonds, get 41 diamonds first. If you want 41 diamond blocks, you know what to do. Same thing with every stackable material, you'll need 41 off. That's the only downside to this. And I think people have tried to make an alternate version, but like it's really hard to. So keep trying, with all due respect. Keep trying. But yeah, so and basically what happens is when the hoppers go down, they'll travel down, but they'll only collect these blocks. They'll only collect those. Every other block will be passed on to see if it fits, and if it doesn't fit, it goes into this random junk chest. Sometimes it doesn't fully work. That's why a lot of people put when they do a chest room, they make a circular one. That way it keeps traveling, keeps traveling, keeps traveling, keeps traveling, and then after a timer times out or something, then it goes into a junk chest. That way they get the most amount of blocks they can into their chests, so that they don't have to go, oh, they forgot to put it in the wood chest again. They got to dump it, watch it go through, make sure that it goes in. Anyway, and then once it goes into these chests, it filters through. But yeah, so the redstone behind this is super simple. I mean, all redstone at the bottom, all of those, no ticks needed. Goes up a block, redstone, redstone. 3 blocks of full redstone. Then it's just comparators facing that way, over there. And then the hoppers, that's all the hoppers. And then the only ones that change direction are these ones, but they still travel down. I think how hoppers work is they will follow this way unless there is a downwards, then they do both. But that really works for a filter. So they'll go this one, filters no, filters no. Yep, okay. That's why an item, and like for it to go out at a separate flow at a constant rate instead of like drop 3 stacks in. That way it stops at 3 stacks and just filters through for a little bit. Oh no, we're confused. Junk chest. you know. But yeah, so this does work well though. I've used them before in survival mode. Easy to make. But yeah, so I guess this is the video for today. I really wanted to get that out the way, because I'm thinking of another way to make it, because to use this in survival, it's a lot of blocks. It's a lot of redstone. And sure, it's not complicated. And sure, it's like, it's easy redstone, and you can get all the blocks quite easily. The only annoying ones to get are the comparators and these. And when I say hard, I mean go to the Nether and get 4 blocks of netherrack, not netherrack, quartz, and that's it. But yeah, so just in case you wanted to know, that's the blocks used. That's all the redstone used. These are the random blocks used. You can change these blocks, by the way, and then water, of course. But yeah, so I guess this is done for now. So if you like watching these streams and doing and watching me fail at Redstone and talk about other Redstone builders instead, subscribe. Subscribe, like like the stream, smash the bell, share my video, or in this case my YouTube channel. Share my content to other people. If they're having trouble with anything like a water elevator solution, definitely come to me, because the water elevator it works fluently, it works satisfyingly well, and you can also add another floor onto it. And if you really, really, really want to be that guy who builds like 3 water lifts to go onto 5 different levels, go for it. Be that guy for all I care. It just means that you'll have to change water lifts. Don't worry, I'll try. I'll do my best to make a like a stackable water lift that you can just stack on another floor. Don't worry, I'll make one. I'll make it a little more complex too, but I won't make it break your wallet. This needs command blocks in order to work properly. I won't make it that stupid. I won't make it like Mumbo Jumbo's calculator, I think, or like his monitor, which uses command blocks, tons and tons of redstone. It's like it's got like a stack of redstone behind it. It's ridiculous. I'll try to keep it as simple as possible, and if I can't, I won't do it. Oh, excuse me. Anyway, if you want to see any more of these videos, go for it. If you want to see me, if you want to see how I edit videos as well, feel free to comment down below. Hey, Boss Gaming, can you show us how you edit a video? And I'll go, sure. Give me a minute. Give me maybe a few days, and I'll see what I can do. I'll stream it right now. You join, and you ask me specific questions. I'll answer them best I can. I'll do my best. That's what I'll do. But yeah, so thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you later.